All right. I just hit the live button again it's been a while now. I've been doing this for almost a week, and I feel like yesterday was the first day things actually worked. A little lower latency than I was experiencing the first few streams. I wasn't experiencing like it was a no error message yesterday. So hopefully we can continue this and continue building the Lego Dark Magician. We made a lot of progress yesterday. We're almost into the triple digits in terms of the steps that we're on. Here is the progress that was already made the last few days. We already built the Dark Magician portion of the Lego set. Now we're building probably the base. And I haven't really studied the picture on the front of the box, and maybe I should have, so I don't know exactly what we're building at the moment. It's probably just, some form of the base. But that's what we're doing right now. This is what we made as of yesterday. Now, I'm not sure what step we were on. I don't remember, actually. Well, let's see. Okay, it had to have been at least 90. Yes, I remember now. So we stopped at step 90 because 91 was moving on to a separate portion of the whole Lego thing. Oh, I got someone in here. Thank you for being here, Stream Hub World. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy the process of building this Lego Dark Magician set. This is what we did the last few days. Yesterday was mainly just building or starting to build this base here. And we're moving on to step number 91. And let's begin, shall we? Enough monologuing. Is this the one that it wants? These are going to be hard to differentiate between because there's a bunch of different opaque purple ones that I need to find a way to differentiate. And just counting them, the studs on them might be a little difficult because of how opaque they are. There's like circles inside the circles. So it's kind of blending in with my mind's eye. 3, 6... So this is an 8 by 6. So 3, 6, 8, 3, 6. Okay, this is the one I've determined. And we need a 4 by 1. Let's find that black 4 by 1. Oh, there it is, right in front of my face. And we need a purple 4 by 1 with a flat bottom, and this is probably it. We need 2 of those, actually. And here is that second one. All right, so now it wants the black one to be underneath approximately here. Yeah, this is going to get pretty difficult pretty quick, methinks, because of how everything blends together. But it must be like that. And unfortunately, because of the material that we're working with, it's not a satisfying clicky-clack. It just kind of like mushes in there. But oh well. We got that first black one on, and then the next 2 pieces looks a lot more simple dimple. Maybe. Do I have this backwards? It must be backwards. Oh, they want them all to be on the backside? That's kind of strange. But I'm doing it. There we go. That is step 1 done. Moving on to step 92. All right. Oh, this is exciting. First time I have seen this. But what I have here, or at least what it seems to be to me, is light up not Beyblades. I said Beyblades. Light up Legos. I've never worked with light up Legos before. You may have, but this is my first time, and it just feels good. It feels good to be doing that. I'm excited at the prospect. And now we're going to be putting, what are we doing? All right, this step is all over the place. It is telling me to do things, kind of. Okay, what the heck? So it wants this to be positioned here, but why are those purple things hanging off the edge without it telling me to hang it off the edge? Now that's my question. To make sure, I'm gonna make sure that you currently do not have an active live stream. Go live. We'll connect your chat in a few minutes automatically. Let me take a break just for a second. Let me take a break for putting that together just for a second to make sure that all of the streams are actually live. Because if I'm streaming if I'm not streaming when I think I'm streaming, that would just be embarrassing. So that is what I'm checking right now. Let's see here. Okay, it shows that I'm live. Let me click on the live stream to see if I have any. Okay, awesome. What? Actually, that's unfortunate because now that I'm in that live stream, I see comments that I'm not getting in front of me. So I need to fix that, but I'm not sure how to fix that. But to answer you, I am King Greg. I have a lot of Beyblades. I have way too many Beyblades, King Greg. Let me think. Let me put a number on it. I'm doing the calculation in my head right now. I think I have probably in the 90s Beyblades. You have 38. Let me show you. I'll be right back. I'm not going too far. But I have them stat, most of them. And honestly, it's the problem, King Greg. Like, I'm running out of room of where to hide them. So I have like this bag right here. And there's probably like 40. I know you probably can't tell, but what kind of Beyblades do I got in here? Let me see if I can find a cool one to show off. Here's Antler Stag. Antler Stag is a nice looking bay. Yeah, what do you do, King Greg, to like store them? I've seen people use like what did I see? Like, I've seen tackle boxes, tool boxes, and whatnot. Right now, a lot of them are in here, but what I also did was I took a Beyblade Stadium and just basically dumped them all in there. And then I shoved them under a shelf. So half of them are under that shelving right there to the left. And then the other half are right here. I kind of have the more relevant ones that I have used for videos in here. Like here's Dark Perseus. The video I made on this Beyblade blew up. It's crazy. So this must be a super popular one. Another Beyblade. Let me see if I can find any other cool ones in here. Let's see if I can find one of my favorites. Oh, I have El Drago in here. That's kind of cool. Let's see what else. What else do I have in here that's kind of cool? I got a Drake and Phoenix. Is that Phoenix Rudder? Phoenix Rudder. I haven't used this in a video, I don't think, and I want to, but I also, it's such a good looking bay. It kind of makes me feel a little sad to ruin the paint job. But yeah, that's about how many bays I have, about 90. But if you have any more questions about Beyblades while I'm putting together this Lego set, let me know and I will answer them to the best of my abilities. But now getting back to this Lego set, I'm a little confused at the moment. This is actually the first time and now I have to have like my phone up off to the side because my chat that I have here wasn't getting the TikTok chats. And maybe I shouldn't even be saying the platform out loud because I heard that some of these platforms, if you mention the platform that you're talking about that isn't them, they can like shadow ban you. And I do not want to have that. But anyways, King Greg, thanks for the question. Hopefully that answered you. Maybe a little bit of entertainment. And if you have any suggestions of how you store your bays, let me know because storing bays is a problem in my life. And that's honestly a huge reason besides the price and just like the snowball effect of more and more bays. I haven't bought them in quite a while. My last one, it was a largest purchase of Takara Tomy ones. But anyways, I digress. Let me get back to this for a moment. Okay, so I guess the answer is it didn't want this piece to be on there like that. It was maybe just showing me the general area that it wanted it. You have Scorpio? Do I have Scorpio? Let's see if I can dig Scorpio out for you. I do have Scorpio King Greg, but it would take me quite a while. It would be quite the undertaking to actually get it out. And right now, if I oh, actually my chat's working now. It's on screen. Sweet. Now I can close my phone. Heck yes. That makes me a lot less scrambled. If I try to dig it out right now, this Lego mess would be unmanageable. I'd be all over the place. But maybe, do you want me to make a video about Scorpio? I can make a video. I've been kind of being a lazy codger when it comes to making Beyblade videos. And I need to be better at that. Yes. You said yes. Okay. For you, I'll put that on. I'm going to make a note of that right now, actually. With my phone here, I'm going to make a note of it so I don't forget. Make a Scorpio video. What kind of video do you like, King Greg? Do you like opening videos, or do you like battles? Do you like battles? Because I personally want to make more battle videos. But I feel like every time I do, they do way less well than the opening videos, which understandable, I guess. They're kind of hard to be engaged with because, like, okay, you like opening videos. Those are actually easier to make because I made so many of them. All right, I made a note of that, King Greg. So it will be on its way. I'm not sure when exactly it will be, but I will try my best. And I think I lost a piece that I needed. Where did it go? Oh, nope, it's right there. Not a big deal. Not a big deal, but yes, I'll try to make that video ASAP for you. Opening videos. So I think that last step wanted it like that, to have him winged out. Hard to see because it's opaque. Maybe in this camera you can see it better. And then this light up Lego, my first time handling a light up Lego, goes like this, with the wiring on top of the black one. Okay. And King Greg, if you have any other suggestions that you want to see for Beyblade, or I actually really want to make Yu-Gi-Oh! And I've been really into Magic the Gathering lately. I want to make some videos of that. If you're into anything else, other hobbies, we probably are into the same hobbies. So any type of video that's on your mind and you've been liking lately, let me know. And I'll try my best to make it. Okay, now where does this want this to go? I think it positions that way. And then face, okay, I think I see what it wants. Ish, kind of. Let me not get too ahead of myself. Does it actually want me to put it there? I think it does. And it wants me to put it in the hole there. Okay. I kind of see what it's getting at here. Pokemon opening videos? Like, what about, hear me out, this would be a lot easier for me, Pokemon Pocket videos. I can churn out Pokemon Pocket videos for sure. I've been hesitant. So the reason why, let me give you like a little background of my hobby here, is that maybe you can see behind me, I have shelves upon shelves of Yu-Gi-Oh products. Years ago, and it's been years, yes, the Pokemon Pocket, I can do Pokemon Pocket for sure. I've been lax, I've been kind of lazy with the Pokemon Pocket stuff, but I can definitely make videos because I kind of wanted an excuse to get back into that. But let me give you kind of a backstory of how I kind of like went way into Beyblade. Is because a few years back, I made a vow to myself. I said, okay, this Yu-Gi-Oh hobby is getting out of hand. As you can see behind me, many Dolores were spent on cardboard, shiny cardboard, nostalgic cardboard mainly. And I was like, okay, it's actually getting detrimental to my life because I desperately want to move from where I live now. I live in a frozen hellscape that literally the sun shines maybe once a millennia. And it's quite bad on the psyche. So my biggest goal in life is to move. So I said, no more Yu-Gi-Oh! No more Magic, no more spending my money frivolously. Fast forward a couple years, I had like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card shaped hole in my life that was replaced with a different shape, and that was this shape, and it was Beyblade. However, it was like a gateway drug. I got really into Beyblade, obviously 100 Beyblades deep, and I was like, well, this shape, the Beyblade shape, isn't like this shape, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Shape. So I was like, I kind of got back on the card games recently. I'm not into the modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's literally just rock, paper, scissors. Terrible card game. Konami has done a terrible job managing it. However, I played recently Magic the Gathering with some of my friends, and that plays like old school Yu-Gi-Oh! And hand in hand, Wizards of the Coast, the TCG of Pokemon, wonderful card game. Chef's Kiss. It plays honestly kind of like the Pokemon video game. So that's kind of a backstory. So I'm itching to get back into card games. Card games are my biggest passion, which you may not have guessed that based off of the videos I make, but it is true. That is to say, I still love Beyblades, and I'm still going to be making Beyblade videos, as well as putting together. And by the way, this is what the thing I'm doing right now. I'm making this Dark Magician. I made a lot of progress. It doesn't look like it because this just looks like a heap of nonsense. But over the last couple days, this is the progress I made. I got a Dark Magician figure ready to put on what I'm guessing is right now the base. I'm making the base. All right, let me get back to this. So thanks for the suggestions, King Greg. Thanks for being here as well. Really appreciate it. What does it want me to do with these? Just set them off to the side? I'm just going to set them off to the side because that's what I think it wants. And I think it wants me to pick up this piece right here. This piece is going to be connected. How is it going to... Okay. It wants me to route these things on each side of... Okay. Let me... It wants one of them to go underneath. Let me do this correctly here. It just wants this one to be actually underneath this brick. Let me just move it without damage. And these are really thin wires, very thin gauge wires. So got to be kind of gentle with it. But it wants it over here, and then it wants the two other ones to be routed in this manner, I believe. So this piece goes... This might not be the correct piece, actually, now that I'm looking at the instructions better. It looks like it wants it to go like this. But it doesn't look like it's... Does not look like it really fits the way it wants. What am I missing here? I'm missing something. Oh. Right there, that's what I was missing. I got a little ahead of myself. Got a little ahead of myself there. I'm missing these 4 pieces. Do I get a click-clack? And now I gotta grab my phone again to make sure I'm not missing more chats. Because I think that platform... Turn on. No, I think I'm good. I don't think I'm missing any chats. Okay, that's good. By the way, if anyone's out there, and I'm not sure there is anyone out there at the moment, I think they might have left. But if you're out there and I'm like lagging or I'm not responding to you, please find a way to let me know. Because if you don't let me know, there's literally no way I can know. I'm new to this. I'm not true to this, but I'm trying to be. You know what I mean? So please, if I'm lagging or if I'm not paying attention to you, it is not me intentionally doing so. Now let me get this back on screen so you can see what I'm doing. I was super excited about these light up Lego pieces that I'm working with now, but they're kind of fiddly and they're kind of being a pain in my butt. So I take it back. Now, where does it want me to line this thing up at? Man, it's so hard to gauge based off the picture. Maybe I should just go based off of the other side, which is probably about there on that side, and then this side here, like so. And then boom. I think that's what it wants. Hopefully I'm not wrong. I don't think I've been wrong yet in the last couple days. So hopefully that train continues to pull through the station on time. And now this should fit. Okay. Yep, that is correct. Because now that piece fits. And now we're cooking with peanut oil. Let me just do a little refresh here to make sure this is live. Okay. Boom. I think everything's good. I think everything's still good. Okay, moving on to the next step. I think. Okay, now we're putting like some substantial pieces together. This wants 1, 2, and 3. As they say on Sesame Street. 3, 4. That one's hard to pick up. 5. And where is Sace? Where is Roku? Where is 6? Oh, there it is. Right in front of my face. It do be like that sometimes. Let me make sure that I have it positioned correctly. Sometimes that makes me confused. Let me make sure the wires are all right. And now this one goes quite clearly. Actually, it wants me to do something. Okay, now I see it. It wants me to do basically the same thing that I already did on the other one, so it should be easy for me to figure that out. Boom. Boom. That's one done. Am I on camera? I need to be better at that. I need to be doing it here. So right now, I'm just putting these 4x, are they 4x? Yeah, they're 4x1s on the edges of these flat guys as we continue to make the base. That is what I'm doing now at a pretty decent pace, I think. Unable to connect? Oh no. Oh no. What is going on here? Sending data? Did it fail? Unable to connect. One of the streams failed, unfortunately. Why is it unable to connect? I have to go. It's sending data. So what's going on? It says I'm live, but it says unable to connect. So what's the deal? This still shows live in OBS, so I'm not sure. Does it give me any? It's not giving me any diagnostics. What if I click on analytics? This is the first time I'm using this platform, by the way. Clearly. The bit rate's higher than what I'm sending it, so maybe I should be sending it. Okay. Going into the mainframe here. Man, that is so disappointing. Okay, let me make sure I'm editing the right one. I'm going to go down to 5,000 because it's registering a good few hundred above what I'm actually sending it. No messages, viewers, channels. Now it's giving me an error message, it looks like, again. Streaming not allowed? What the heck? So if you've ever heard people talk about a specific platform, that you would associate with a clock. and they complain about it. Let me tell you, I totally understand why they're complaining about it, because it is an horrendous website. However, I enjoyed myself for the 10 minutes I was on it. Oh man, I knew that was too good to be true. I need to take a swig of water. More than a swig, but anyways, let's get back to what I was doing. That is so disappointing. And I'm clearly flustered because I'm dropping pieces now. Geez, that sucks. I'm going to find a solution to that, but I've talked to their customer service. And it's basically just a copy and paste, like endless loop. They're not in the business to help you. They're in the business to make you mad enough to give up on your problem. So that they literally don't even try to help. It's quite maddening, to be honest. But hey, we're not here for that today. We are here to have a good time putting together some Legos. Some Legos with my lay bros. Do I have any lay bros out there? I hope I have at least 1 or 2 lay bros watching me at the moment, because if you are out there, just know we're buds now. Even if you don't want to be buds, it happened. You know what I'm saying? We're buds. And that's great news for me, because I want some friends. All right, now we made a lot of progress in that one step. Kind of. Oh, that was a nice clicky clack. Hopefully you guys all heard that clicky clack. What about over here? Decent clicky clacks, and it's all flat. Look at that. It's starting to look like a bass. A big old bass there. It is all about the bass. No treble? Okay, wait a second. I might have made a small mistake putting these. Okay, it wants them to be in that hole there. Oh, that wasn't that bad. What about here? Okay, that's good. And over here? Okay, we're still looking sharp. And this next step looks pretty easy. Anyone would be able to do this step. So I'm not going to make a mistake here. It wants me to put these down. And the edges... Okay, it still wants these to be in the hole here. So the edges line up with the edges we had already made. Super sick. We're starting to make a lot of progress. This is the part of the Lego build that is the most fun for me, is when things start taking shape and you can kind of see it all come together. I love that part. Are these all the same? Let me make sure that these are all the same. Boom, boom. And then make sure that this is out here. This one's way longer than the rest. Someone has overcompensation that needs to be done, but oh well. Now we have all those pieces there. All right, now we're looking for one of these. One of... maybe this one? I don't think so, though. This one? Okay, this is the one we want. Didn't see that for the first bit. There we go. And then 2 of the baseball diamonds. So we want this in the middle, right? Probably. The baseball diamonds to be facing like this. And then the other one over here. I'm going to be kind of sad when this is all put together, to be honest. I've been kind of having fun. Part of the fun is obviously putting together Lego, but also a lot of the fun is just learning how to stream. I've met some very nice people along the way. Very nice. All right, so the next step, let me just put that to the side. We are now going for the Durmastas symbol. The Yugioh symbol. A weirdly shaped piece. And another weirdly shaped piece. Kind of like a poorly made baseball diamond, baby. I'm not gonna read that at the moment. That looked like a whole bunch of nonsense. I'm gonna wait until I'm off the stream to read that. This one goes here. In what manner does it go? Okay. It wants it to be like this. Okay. Is that right? Okay, yep. And then this one wants to be here. And the baseball diamonds wants to be like so. And like so. So we're making a Yugioh dual monster sign. Very pleasing to my eye. Hopefully your eyes as well. And then this one goes at the front of it all. Huh. Doesn't look like it fits there. Other way? Does it fit here? No. What in the world? How does this... I must have made a mistake. I must have made a mistake. Let's see if I can fix said mistake. Apparently these solar panel looking things, arena panels, I should say, now that I know what they are, goes one spot over. And that actually makes a lot of sense because I was wondering yesterday, why is there a weird gap there? And I almost that almost went flying off into the ether. And then this goes with an overhang up top. Yes, it does. On the two ones that are overhung itself. Oh, this next step looks fun. Now I'm going to put that there. Cover the keyboard so I have a little bit of a flatter surface. That's going to do real well. And now I want to turn it facing this way. So it's matching up. It's not necessary, but it helps me. Helps me kind of visualize everything. Let me just put all of the flat pieces off to the side so I know what I'm doing a little bit better. Over here. Alright, so this one wants to be on like the second rung of everything. So probably about here. Probably an obvious way to set them in. I think like this. That one, that feels kind of stable. Must be like that, right? Man, I'm so gutted that TikTok just decided to stop. I mean, it's par for the course of my life, so I'm not surprised. But I was like, that made me feel like a legit streamer. Which sounds silly. Sounds very silly, but I was really enjoying that, to be honest. Oh well, hopefully I can get it back sooner rather than later. And honestly, it might be, you know, trying to look at things in the positive way, which I'm not good at doing. Maybe that will force me to like go live on my phone, which is way less of a faff than what I figured out here. I'm still gonna do this. Stream on my computer, obviously. But if I stream on my phone, then I can just like be chill and like do whatever and like maybe Beyblade battles or something. I don't know. So maybe I can look at it in a positive sense and not a negative sense and be mature and all that gobbledygook. But I don't really want to at the moment. You know? Why do I have to be the mature one always? I just want my cake and eating it too, you know? But oh well. That is what I'm going. That's my plan. So I'm gonna do some research tonight. See if I can figure out a solution. And when that fails, optimism. If that succeeds, great. But if it fails, I will go with the flow and stream on my phone to that one platform. And maybe that will turn out well. Maybe that will be good for me. That's what I'm telling myself tonight. Tonight. One more piece. Did I get ahead of myself? No. I just guess what they were going to have me do, and I did it, and it actually turned out to be correct. So I kind of got ahead of myself, but at the same time, not really. It wants that piece, it wants this piece, and that's about it. So I shall be putting that together now. Let me get a clicky clack for the boys. No clicky clack. Why am I not surprised? And that wants to go with a little bit. Is there overhang there? Doesn't look like it. It wants to go right there. Maybe. I think so. I think that's what it wants. Hopefully that's what it wants. Like, this is the only complaint that I really have besides it making me... It makes me make my own double-sided Lego pieces. That's the complaint I have. And now the other only complaint that I have... I sound like an idiot, but is that some of the angles of the booklet here very kind of hard to gauge where it wants pieces. But so far we've done all right with it. It wants this piece here, just like this. And this base feels like when I do that, does not fill me with the most confidence that it's sturdy. Oh well. And now it wants a turtle shell looking piece. It can't be this. Is it this? Because this is not what this piece is not the same piece as in the picture. But I can see a world where it wants this piece. But that world's not my world. But I guess it is. I don't see anything else of what it could be. So, oh well. I will put it there. It wants... Okay. Actually, that was just my bad interpretation. Still decent piece. It's a fine piece. It wants that there. And it wants two 2x1s. It wants two 2x1s. Right. And again, very hard to gauge where it wants it. But I'm going to guesstimate that it wants it right about there. And actually, that one wasn't so bad. I got ahead of myself. It wasn't so bad. This Lego piece is on the next step. And then two goggle eye pieces. Let's see if I can find them tonight. I gotta find them tonight. Found them. Found one of them. There's one goggle. Well, actually, this only wants one goggle. Got ahead of myself again, and it wants it right here. Do I get a clicky clack? Boom. No clicky clack, though. Oh, well. And that is all that she wrote for that step right there. The next step. Not that one. I don't even know how to describe this next piece that it wants. That's how bizarre it looks. But I think it's this one. And when I say think, I know it's this one. Because what else would it be? So I'm going to put that to the side. And now it wants a 2x1 once again. And that 2x1 to be put there. And then it wants a 1x1, which was actually surprisingly easy to find. And it wants me to put them all together like that. No, not like that at all. Nope, let me get these. I gotta separate them now. It wants this one over here. Come on, get in there. All right, so it wants that there. It wants this singleton there. And it wants this other one as a drop step like this. That's not a very pleasing structure, but it's the one they want. That called for some agua. The next step is, I think, not that piece, a little longer piece than that. A triple step. And I shall put that triple step. I'm not going to put that triple step yet, but I'm going to put that to the side. That double step goes here. That was a nice click clack. Hopefully you guys all heard it and enjoyed it. And maybe I'll get a clicky clack here. Maybe. There we go. Nice clicky clack. And it wants one more 2x1. And then half of an old-timey, well, semi-old-timey telephone. Like this. Can you see how I think that's a half of a telephone? Bring. Goes here. And then the other one goes here. And this connects to the side of it like so. Boom. Don't know what we're building, but we're building it. That's for sure. And it wants it to go in that general area. I think that general area is this area. Must be. I don't really see any other choice but right there. So I'm going with it. And hopefully, when I turn this page, I am proved correct. Am I proved correct? I think so. Still a little ambiguous, but I'm going to say I'm correct. The next piece is the one it's calling for is this. Don't know how to describe it. So I'm just going to set it to the side. And what else does it want? It wants a long shoe looking thing. Where is that long shoe looking thing? It is right there. Oh, can you see it? There. Those are the pieces I'm putting to the side. And a Hunchback of Notre Dame. And a single goggle piece, which is right here. So it wants me to put the curly Q on the shoe. The I actually don't know. I don't know what it wants me to do, actually. Can you see this? Here's a diagram of what it wants me to do. And like if I put this piece on top, there's no room for the piece that it really wants me to have on there. So there would be no point for having that stud. I mean, I guess there is room in there, but there's no point of that stud being there. So that's why it confused me. Okay, so we have that built and it goes there. Okay. And it wants... That's all it wants for that piece. That step, I should say. So the next one is... Oh, actually, no. I'm missing something. What did it want with this? Oh, just on the edge here? I could do that. All right, next step. It wants this piece. A traditional looking brick, which is actually kind of nice to see. Everything has not been traditional shaped. So here, let me put that there. That's easier to see. And then this one is the one we're working with now. So that one, and then a flat 2x1 and a single, like that. And it wants it to be like this, and like this, and like this, to extend that arch. And then make a gap in the arch and then extend that part like so. So we're just extending this base for a reason that is still unknown to me, but we're gonna get there. Okay, the next 108 looks like more of the same, maybe. This piece there, a triple stepper, a white, but I think, oh no, actually a clear hinged piece, and a flat 2x1. So those are the pieces we're working with now. And it wants, okay, what's the first step that it wants me to do? It wants to be like this. The 2 by whatever goes under it to make it a little bit more stable, I'm assuming, for whatever is next. And then it wants it to be positioned like this, and this at the far end of it. Like so. And then this to be... Okay, that means that I position that first piece way back yonder correctly. So that is a moral victory. Ronaldo Tiosin. Sounds cool. Thank you so much for saying that. What platform are you on, my guy? YouTube. Thank you. So what we're doing right now is we're building this. Can you see it? Oh, actually, I just pressed a whole bunch of buttons on my computer, so let me get out of that real quick. We're building this Lego Dark Magician. And we're already on the base, which is what you just saw me put there. The last couple of days, we made a lot of progress. We already put together this Dark Magician, which was quite the faff. But we got it, and it looks mighty cool. I mean, look at this guy. Without the wizard hat, he doesn't look as cool. So you missed that yesterday. It was kind of a cursed image. But now that it's kind of put together, it's super cool. Super cool looking. So we're almost, I'd probably say we're probably like 1/3 of the way to go. Maybe. Because we still have a full bag of pieces. But this bag is almost fully done. But thanks for being here, Ronaldo. Really appreciate it. All right, let me get back to what I was doing. That is it. So step 109. Moving on to 109 here. Everything's still positioned right. Okay, now we're looking for this chunky arch. Another arch, and we actually want 3 of those. So 1, 2. Where's that third one? Where is that third one? There it is. We want a flatter one like this, and then a singleton. Where is that singleton? Is it hiding under it? No. No, it's not hiding under it. Oh, nope, not there either. Come on. At this point, it's getting a little harder to find the pieces, which is still so weird to me because like we're dwindling down again to the pieces that are available, so it should be easier, but for some reason it's not. For me anyways. I don't think I dropped any pieces, so it must be here. Where, oh, where? There it is. It was hiding under it. All right, so now it wants, the first thing it wants me to do is put that singleton that was hiding from me on here. And then it wants me to line up 2 of the ones that don't have that on there, like so, and pair it with this drop step piece, like so. And now it wants the tall one and the fat one to be paired up and can be connected to this. To this? Kind of weird. Is that correct? There's like a weird gap there. It looks like the next step, it wants 2 more to be put down, but that just does not seem right. I'm gonna reposition this to see how it looks. Maybe like this. That looks a little better. But no, it must not be because that line is fully in that piece. So I'm just going to go with it and trust that they know what they're doing. Which, who's to say at this point? But now this piece has turned into a double piece. What the heck? When did we put that piece down? Did I make a mistake? I put the bricks together in such a way that I thought they were a single piece. I'm gonna count that as a win and not a blunder on my behalf. And I'm not, I'm not an idiot. I'm not that big of an idiot. I definitely knew that those were two pieces. But I will say that even though it kind of looks bright, probably from like the stream, is a lot darker in here than it really is on like live, because I had to play with the ISO of the cameras that I'm using, because like the first day I tried to stream, like instantaneously my lighting broke. So in order to not delay this for who knows how long and like buy more stuff, I decided just to mess with the ISO to make it look okay. I think it looks okay. So it's a little darker in here than it actually looks on camera. So actually, it wants this to be routed over there. So I'm going to have to pull that up a little bit before I go on to the next step. It wants to be over there. I do not like this piece. It is not structurally sound, but oh well. I think that's where it was, right? Yeah, that should be good. Now we have to light up bricks the way that it wants them to be. And I just realized that I thought I was really far into this, but look at how many more pages I have. I'm only on page 41 of over 100-page book. How many? I gotta look how many pages this is. I thought I was really close to being done. 117. 117. So I'm not even half. I mean, at least that gives me a good reason to continue streaming for quite a while. That's the good news. Positivity, optimism. I'm all about that, obviously. Obviously. Next step is, it doesn't want one of those. It wants this piece here. It wants two of those pieces, actually. Let me reposition this a little bit without messing with my computer. All right, that was good. It wants another one. It wants this one. Might not want that one, actually. I think it might want this one, the thinner version of it. Undecided at the moment if it wants that one. It wants this one, a normal square, and it wants a normal 2x1. So the first thing it wants me to do is to put that normal 2x1 on the normal square. And now, based off of that image, I still can't tell. But I do know that it wants me to put these two together. They're going to be homies. And it wants me to connect it to the square step that I made just now with the square and the 2x1. It wants me to connect it like that. It wants me to put this on it like so. And here's going to be the test. If I pick correctly, it should flatten that out, and it does. So boom, that's what it wants. And it wants me to put that like this. Like that. That's where it wanted me to put it. Okay. Moving on to the next step, and now this is the one, I think it wants the chonky one. I think so. And it wants the archway. It wants one of them. It wants the hinged piece. It wants two of the hinged pieces. And it wants two 2x1s. Like that. Okay, so now the first step is it wants me to put the 2x1 like this, and it wants me to connect. That's going to connect very strangely. It wants it to go like that and put it just like so. So they're kind of two hinges hanging off two of the sides of this piece. And it wants to put that here. Snap it into place. And it wants me to fill out this archway with this 2x1. I wonder why they just didn't make this a piece. Because I've had to fill out these archways like multiple times. So I wonder why they don't just make this a piece. And I also wondered why they made me make my own double-sided pieces with these darn cylinders. I'm not gonna let that go. Why did they do that? I mean, this is not nearly as a hindrance as that, but always colors me intrigued why they made that decision. I'm gonna get a little bit of a water break. That was an easy step. Moving on to the next one. This one calls for a long arch. 2 long arches, actually. Another one of those. Actually, no, I think it wants a flatter one. But where is that flatter one? Do I even have a flatter one? I think it must be this one then. No, it can't be, because it's calling for this one and this one. And it looks like... All right, we're gonna see. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out through trial and error. Does it? No, they need to all be even, and these are not even. So I'm missing a piece. Where could that piece have gone? Where, oh, where? Oh, right here. This one should be taller, it looks like, from the image. So that is my first misinterpretation of a step that went past. All right, so that's how that should go. And this is how this should go. That could have been worse. Definitely could have been worse. And now this actually connects to that same piece, so decent timing there. Serendipity, my old friend. Serendipity. Let me just continue making sure that these are out of the way. All right. What do I want to do here? Moving on to step 113. 113, that's what we're going to do. We have a crazy reverse staircase. A hinged piece or a receptacle of some sort, another one but a singleton, and a cartoon foot. This goes all right. This looks a little complicated, but if we start from the very beginning, it's not so bad. This foot wants to be overhung like this, and this one wants to be like so. And then this one just wants to fill out that archway. Very nice. And now this one wants to be in the corner and connect to its buddies. And leaving a little corner spot, though. That's hopefully gets filled in later. Don't like it when stuff like that happens. Man, I'm getting tired. And, it makes sense. It's about midnight. All right, step 114. What's a good stopping point? Let me see what's a good stopping point. Probably when it asks me to open up another bag, which is probably coming in the next couple of steps. So once I run out of pieces, I'll call the stream there and pick it up tomorrow at some time. And I think I might actually... What the heck is going on? What the heck is going on? Do you guys see this? Look at how they're just jumping ahead like crazy. It went from 114. Oh, it's telling me to open up another bag right there. So it looks like I'm at the natural stopping place after this step. So let's finish this step out strong. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, the first thing it wants me to do is to make a piece out of these guys. It wants it like that and like this, it seems like. And the foot goes there. And then the little molding. It looks like molding to me. Actually, it kind of looks like a cartoon haircut. You guys can see that? Like so, and it wants it to be positioned over here with it on the, oh, where does, all right, so it wants it to be like that. And it wants the light to be going under it, like so. Boom. That is the last step before opening another bag. And once again, I have some pieces left over. I wonder how many pieces we'll have left over once this is all said and done. Maybe I can use that piece right there that I just moved off the edge to extend the wizard rod. That'd be kind of cool. That is going to be it. I wonder how many bags I have left. Oh, man. I have 3 bags left, so not nearly as far along as I thought I was, but we definitely, you know, still made a lot of progress. This base is looking pretty basey. The Dark Magician is looking pretty badass. Pardon my French there. But I think I'm going to call it there for the day, because I can feel myself fading pretty fast. I would have liked to, I usually like to make the streams a little longer than this, but I'm using this Lego figure to test out all the streaming stuff, because again, I'm brand new to it, and I think it's doing exactly what I want it to do. Like, I think I've improved quite a bit. I mean, the YouTubes are looking strong. Twitch said excellent the entire time. Kick seems to be doing pretty darn good too. Actually, I'm going to test it real quick with a hand motion and count. Wow. Very little lag on most of them. Wow, that is great news. So honestly, if I get that problem with that 5th platform figured out, I'm going to be a happy camper. I'm going to be a happy camper, that's for sure. All right. Well, with that, I'll see you guys in the next stream. Maybe the next video. But I'll see you guys soon.